Gragas is still cute, guys. Don't take that away from him. At least the Rumble gets locked in, we get AP. I also want to build off your point and say, without that engage, range looks real good and a lot easier to execute when...
Yeah. Rahel burnt the barrier to keep the trade at least somewhat even, but I don't think you can really go for the dive here, especially level 3 just hit by both. They're pretty healthy. Good ward from Paris to spot out this potential dive as well. There is
also a cleanse available in this lane. They look for the damage and the turn as 4 members are going to show up with the teleport. Rika at level 4, extra damage, healed, burned early. The crash down under turret, a little bit messy, but Loopy flashes out. It's a trade for now. Turret ramping up onto Rika. As our audience at home, they're actually in a 1v1. Isma's already flashed away, I believe. No, he hasn't. Nuke just solos in. And we come back, and Rahel now has to flash away as well. If 113...
Nuke hits the accelerated shock blast here, but they don't realize they're on the ward, so Isma gets interrupted. And then I think they stop to try and save Isma, but then doesn't realize that 113's in the area. So Rika ends up dying then to the Nidalee. Now you've also got Rahel who's being chased down, so Rahel has to flash on the play as well. So when you start to look towards here, but if I was BDS, I would have 100% been contesting this. I think you're in a good spot with the move you already had for Ice to set up on the mid lane and then rotate across. But instead now, it looks like they're just going to try and drift over the Dragon. But the fact that SK get this when they have so little...
At the very least, we can talk about that in a second. Isma's walking into a trap. He has audaciously charged this one, but even in a 1v1, how does it go? He's looking for the next knock-up. He flashes away, but to the other side of the map. Why flash is the big question. And now Rika's just once again tried to help his jungler.
Just going for the lifeboats. And I think that's kind of what the problem with SK is in a lot of situations. And the good news is, though, they're actually doing relatively well when it comes to objectives.
They are.
So, like, 3... Oh, hang on.
But where does it go from here? Chains of Corruption lands down. Ice gets in the circle. And you know what? That's going to be hard for Isma because even though he gets the objective, he's giving more and more gold.
Yep. I just don't see those outcomes as very likely, especially when they have to try and beat Fnatic, and they haven't picked up a win against any other team in the league.
And in this best of one as well, we talk about gold. We also talk about the Grubs going over to BDS. So there's one objective for them in the game is SK's old top laner on a bit of an island here, so Paris needs to help out. He's level 6 now, though, as well, as the fight over the Grubs might go even further. Ice is coming in, and BDS are about to encapsulate this whole bottom side of the river with a TP as well. Chains of Corruption, the equalizer. SK are isolated and outnumbered, outmatched. Isma is doing a bit of work, but once again, he's going to be the first to drop. 4 deaths.
You just don't really get to do anything on bot side. So just the pressure from BDS on playing off of mid into jungle vision, into that bottom side was excellent. And now GiantX trying desperately to do something.
There's that equalizer under turret range. He's going to be alled out. Irrelevance close to dying, but they've run out. That's the spell weaving that Rika's now gone through as Isma's coming up as well. Wind becomes lightning. Paris is here to defend. Good sidestep. You're not going to get the harpoon, but he's under turret again, so Isma's going to take damage. Magnustorm draws him back in. He flashes the wind, does again, but with the ignite down, it's close to being a trade. Paris thinking about a remount. Gravity Field, Shattering Strike, and the support gets it done. SK are defending.
Nidalee poke, these are not your friends. So if you're in this position, it's great for BDS. So now, you're probably going to have to look for it yet.
There's Arrow, Chain of Corruption. Okay, finally using their one tool. Ice almost trades it out. He flashes away onto Rahel. The auto forces a barrier. That's good. SK getting run into now as well, and there's an opportunity as Rika's now joined up. The poke landing, though, is 1-1-3, and Rika having it out in melee range. Paris is here. Shattering Strike forces a flash from Rika. SK in a 3 versus 3, but they need to get in. Poke lands, and oh no, what a surprise! Flash away as BDS's jungler. He's getting poked out too. He's burning down, but he's still not dead, and nukes another element. SK gonna get a turret. Okay, we come back to live, and at least they trade turrets. Gold lead is still 2.5 in the favor of
40 seconds. Excuse me, sorry, until the Ocean Drake is up, means that you're just in a position where you can't really burn that. Nuke has got top terror, so you're now in the mid lane. So tier 2 top, gone. Tier 2 bot, under a lot of pressure. And now you're about to lose your tier 1 mid.
That's an easy charge. Almost able to step up. Isma is the one who steps up for SK. Nuke is now joined in. Loopy's got the wall up. There's no turret to sit on now as well. That arrow being down. Shock Blast dodge, but Loopy is now front line. Magnet Storm easy as that, and SK are dropping like flies. Isma gets an ulti off, but now that Irrelevance here against his old team, he's laughing at him as he goes golden as well. BDS, all they have to do is land the poke, but now GiantX is here without the backline damage.
Needed to have further engage coming from that support role if they were hoping to do anything.
Dragon down. 5k gold. I mean, this is one of those games where you're just like, how do you play? Yay, turret. Okay, now Atakan time.
I don't know if you can really catch this. GiantX needs to get on towards a key carry here and shove them into SK, but Relevant's playing keep away.
And they're going to turn for the fight. They've got a GA now available as well for BDS. They're grouped as 5. Isma's going to go in. Good shattering strike, and at least SK get to walk into the enemy this time, but a Magnet Storm from hell draws them all in, and at melee range, GiantX now doesn't want to be there. Nuke goes over the wall and batters them down! Thor's hammer right in the face as Isma gets a little bit of taste of Valhalla as well. BDS is still the one standing. Objectives in the early game, but the way they've transitioned this game in the mid-game, Dagda, their setup, really importantly, it has been nice to watch BDS actually put the pieces together quite cleanly from there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think with this, it doesn't look like we're going to have an SK in playoffs. Like, sure, there are scenarios where they can make it. These days, don't know what dial-up is.
It's crazy. Oh my god, that equalizer. Not too bad, but Rika is cooked. Yes, he is. Nuke, he did it again. Oh, that's a bit of dynamite. 5 members of BDS, very healthy. It's Baron time.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I think this is the... Oh, no, never mind. Paris healed. It's the only bit of damage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Nuke's going to solo. Loopy's up next. Who doesn't know what dial-up is, Dagda is? Loopy is going to get a bit of help from the Enchanter across the arrow, but Nuke just sidesteps it, and away he goes. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think that maybe SK are still playing on dial-up because that arrow was a little late. Okay,
yep.
Save. Or hell flashes.
Good flash.
They're trying here.
GiantX is here. Yay. Oh no, Irrelevance damage also hurts. Good flip back. Okay, shut down. But it is 10.5k.
Dragon win con. Nah. You just instead go for turrets and use the Baron before you can.
Irrelevant. Can he solo kill GiantX? Well, it won't be a solo kill. There's an all out, but Resistance are now gone. He's overheating a bit. And Relevant versus GiantX has some, nice story to it, but it won't really matter here. As he tries to fry down GiantX, he'll get flipped back, and there's another kill. Okay, SK fans, tower that's been sitting there for 28 minutes of the game. Arrow comes through onto ice, instant cleanse away again. Here's Nuke, by the way, one of the biggest devils on the team as Isma jumps into him, but how easy is that going to be as his ult comes off cooldown? Chains Corruption as well is spreading like the plague. Loopy, meanwhile, sets up the door, but now it's wide open. Oh no, I see a teleport, Dagda. It's Irrelevant, and he's got a bone to pick with his old roster.
Oh my god.
He lays down the carpet, and it's brand new. Take your shoes off, because BDS are coming in. And once that door's down yet again, all they need to do is stamp their way to the kitchen because they're eating dinner early tonight.
BDS just walk over them. They say, thank you very much. We'll take the base. We'll take the game. And we'll take your chances of playoffs out of your own hands.
It looks so rough. As Dagda said, only 2 wins accountable now. SK, it does feel, and it looks like this was their chance, but it has been beaten down every single portion of this game. Starting in the draft, BDS on 3 will knock down SK to open up their last week of regular season.
Maybe you're just going to look for the lane swap instead, but I think Oscarinin honestly had a great performance on the Ambessa when he played it last time.
Yeah.
Was getting some sick engages off to really set themselves up before the the Alistair gets there.
Razork flashes immediately. Well, it doesn't matter because he gets a Bramble Smash, Shield of Durand, and Lot's just dead. Great combo and good interrupt.
GiantX needs to get out of here.
Upset has Berserker Grease. He's going to get that second skin passive immediately, and Razork now trying to zone out. Is going to pick a target onto Jun, who flashes away, but enables a Bramble Smash, and one person's dying here. Who's it going to be as Mickey steps up, Lot goes forward, can't get the trade. Kiva, he's only just hit level 5, so nothing to talk about with the ulti as the poke's already come through. His flash is being reminded by Dagda here as a twisted advance is what I'm waiting for. He Bramble Smashes, looking to juggle aggro. There's the engage. Mickey takes it. Razork tanks it and now tries to get away and does so. Onto the minion, by the way. So that's
trying to get away from this. And Jun tries to go for the nice timing on the knockup, but just barely messes it up so you don't get the CC long enough to follow through. Good
buffer. Oscarinin now looking for his path out, but is he in trouble? Good trample as well from Jun, and all they need is a shot. This and balance out the first objectives of the game. Grub's already taken by GX earlier on, but now Dragon's going to drop. Closer can't get in there, even with his ulti. Keeping him around, and remember at this point as well, Oscarinin cooldowns aren't actually as much as they used to be.
You also don't have the level 6 for Jun. They need one more wave for that. So yeah, Mickey now going to try and stop him from moving in.
Sidestep, really nice. Shield of Durand slows down the play, and Oscar spotting this out. I mean, they're still turning it into a dive. There's a big minion wave here to deny. Oscar's going to try and get it as he tries to survive as well. There's the ulti. It lands all the way to closer. Mickey's here to help out. Oscar flashes away, but solar flare. Mickey, you're so fine. And Oscar wants to make you mine. A trade onto closer. No, with the shot ramping up, Noah takes a bit as well. Mickey's now stuck under 3 members. But where does it go from here? GiantX asking the question. I'm pondering it. Mickey's thinking about it. They just want the turret so that then he's a dead man. It's a demolish, it's a proc, it's a flash. Mickey's away while it is a race through priority in these waves. Maybe an opportunity to get someone as Noah's right on a ward. Perfect execution.
Oh, we got him.
Public, and yeah, easy as that, isn't it? Noah's dead. Upset gets the kill credit, and this is how strong Ambassador is. As long as you land the button, there's one from closer in return. He's running for his life, trying to lacerate his way out of this one, but it becomes a trade. Top laner for 80 carry. Didn't ride it, instead just left it out, and now Upset has got one summoner down.
Yeah, I mean, nice attempt by GiantX on the mid wave. Also then opening up now for Lot to try and get some much needed go back and play up towards this top side. So I think, I don't know if they are going to TP though, because Humanoid doesn't really have much mana. This is a dangerous one, and Upset not having flash leaves him very vulnerable, so I think it is just going to be give this one up. Yeah. But I'm going to try and look for the mid lane turret just off of raw power instead.
And Oscar in and just burn the public execution behind on Jackie. Make sure it's a smooth path. The minion wave is healthy enough, and nice. With 3 grubs, yeah, Humanoid's got enough damage. 2 turrets for the trade. Ain't bad.
Can't Fnatic get out though. GiantX starting to move in. Closer has that flash engage, and Upset still doesn't have his. Mickey trying to play bouncer.
Tree Wizard gets knocked into. That's Jun. The cow follows up, but Ryan Flash here won't have anything more. There's cease and desist. Nature's Grass defensively used. Look at Razork trying to save his support. Flash for Flash. They're closer. They get the chase. A shutdown into the round. Jackie's away. Into the portal he goes, and how much information does Fnatic have? Razork's now peeking in there, want a full-on fight. Mickey goes into the choke, and they're going to put this all on the line. Upset needs to reposition as Mickey is in the middle of 3 people, and he's just dead immediately. The poke lands from Upset, and he's thinking about going in. The public execution lands as well, and now Lot's just dead. Jackie's with the Between Worlds is big, though, but he's drawn the attention of Fnatic. Razork needs to survive for long enough, but as he dies, it is a trade for GiantX. As 5 members move down into River, they want the Dragon, they want to stop Fnatic from getting this 3rd stack. Solar Flare is what shows that as Solar Flare after the fact, and Nature's Grass lines down the middle. True Shot Barrage doesn't do too much work, but look at this. Fnatic separated again at closest life, but Jun has to flash away because his ulti is seconds away from being up. GiantX had that at one moment, but Fnatic, their poke is starting to reel it in.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey goes in on towards Jun and is basically just playing as a scapegoat because they can turn on towards Closer, prevent him from really getting value moved down, but they don't have an Alistair, so it's going to be on.
Jackie's Between Worlds again onto Humanoid. The poke's there. He goes over, flashes, but Upset's got his number. Jackie's drops to the ground. There's a killer instinct in Upset's eyes. And once again, the 80 carrier Fnatic is carrying this home. GiantX on the retreat. Voracious Atakan taken. And Oscar now spinning like GiantX zones away GiantX and gives Fnatic free access to this tier 2 turret. Mini wave coming in, and that's just gone. And with the Atakan buff as well, Fnatic can play this mega aggro.
And I think that's one of the things that Razork has been great at with this Maokai is those zoning ultimates, especially for the tier 2 towers, making it impossible to really defend. Now Noah trying to be between 2 lanes here, and Fnatic may not like that. As Oscar in and will get the first tower. How heavy are they going to commit to this?
Solar Flare, is it a bait? Or rather Zenith Blade, excuse me. There's good poke coming up from Noah, but Mickey flashes shield of Durand.
Oh, that was
Public
so close.
execution was the setup from it as well. But it narrowly misses. The poke coming through as Fnatic are now trying to get away, but remember they still have that buff. Upset is on a flank right now. The Between 2 Worlds are set on out as Fnatic are hard losing this one, as you'd expect. The cease and desist gets the final. 600 gold and the debuffs away.
It's on towards the tower, force you back. And they've already got the push on bot side, so Fnatic are just slowly but surely taking everything there, but Fnatic, Rupus 5 on mid. That Dragon in 40 seconds, it's all about getting control, but Closer stuck his way in behind.
Solar Flare doesn't connect either. An opportunity for GiantX, cease and desist Between Worlds, and AoE paradise for Jackie's, but he's stuck against the wall. He comes out of Invis, gets out eventually. His Humanoid is now just starting Between, doing the rest. You thought it was perfect for GiantX, but there's a little small man and a dog firing out guns. After calling the police, Fnatic say it was just our business. Jun and Razork swap spots. Razork is greeted, or rather Oscar Renan is, by Jun, the mad cow over the wall. And all it takes is one more, but he's going to be out while Fnatic, It just felt so good watching Humanoid.
Little difference on this Jace versus Humanoid.
Oh, they got again. Set up for Upset. It's Mickey who jumps in, and now with the second skin, Upset gets the first kill of the battle. And a battle it will be for GiantX as they run away. Twisted advance with a Bramble Smash. Another one bites the dust. GiantX left with 3. A Nature's Grasp again. Jun to block. Noah still hit. And Razok looking to fish a little bit more. He twists, he advances, he executes, and Noah will not advance. GiantX trying to poke away. They are getting good damage, but at the end of the day...
Early game in this one was fantastic. Fnatic making a statement here against GiantX that there is a difference between MKOI. Because he's really strong. He is, yeah. So now Razor going to be able to hit the R button again, and then you got to run away from it, and now you get the tower, and there's just nothing really you can do.
The march of the Ents again. Jun straight into the ulti, public execution into the backline, and watch Upset go. They spiked it up so that he can smash it down. It's a double kill already. 3 members left standing, and all I'm going to do for you at home is watch Upset, who's getting kills fed into him. Close is going to be next up. It's Humanoid, who steals away the possible Penta. 5 members of Fnatic, although low, have 1 Nexus turret to go. Demolish in hand, and GiantX will not stand. It's Noah who's going to get poked over and over again. Upset to clean it up, and this Fnatic clears all.
Fnatic.
Galio direction. I feel like there's really not a lot of dive coming out.
Cho!
We're going to get a Cho'Gath on the top side of the map. We'll talk a little bit about that matchup, but this to me suggests that G2 could be considering a lane swap for a lot in the 2 versus 2, but you imagine the Ezreal Leona just going to play it relatively safe. Executes face checking.
I immediately gets charmed. Okay. Execute, well, he's lived up to his name situation. Sort of Broken Blade having to back in the top lane. Last time we saw the Cho'Gath in the LEC as well was Broken Blade back in 2023. Skewmon is looking down towards the bottom lane. Patrick's already used the Valkyrie away. The Unbreakable from Execute. Good flash from Skewmon. Patrick's going to have to flash away. Execute dashes back with the stand behind me. And we'll be able to get to safety. Larson forced out in the mid lane. Broken Blade now on the receiving end of the gank in the top lane. Adam flashes to knock him back. And oh no, Cho has been... I also like the idea of the play where you bring your AD carry up early, you show AD in the top side, the enemy responds thinking, oh, they're playing for the grubs, they're trying to set up towards this top side.
To match up. And this 4v4, it's going to be a close one. This Braum can offer a lot of value.
Exactly like that. You see the stun already onto Labrov. He's now going to have to walk away, a little bit wounded as Malrang's on the chase. Flashes forward for Skewmon, gets the knockback. Execute looking for those concussive blows will get them onto Skewmon, who falls to Malrang. Now the chase continues. Labrov has to flash away.
So at the very least, G2 will get something, but Rogue is going to be happy with the grubs.
Broken Blade's going to get some gold back into his pockets after falling behind in the early game. Patrick O'Neil and Justice Punch will get Larson to safety.
I mean, this is one of the things I wanted to see a little bit. Oh, I have to hold my breath. Malrang.
Broken Blade's going to be caught up by this. They'll still have the flash, trying to trade back onto Adam, who's holding his distance for now. The Rupture goes wide, and Broken Blade is slammed.
That's a kill.
Yeah, Feast does like 300 damage plus percentage HP right now.
They are able to steal 1 grub away. Okay, I was going to say I was surprised that they were backing off of that, but Adam had priority over the mid wave, and him joining this fight, we've already seen what happened on the top side of the map, so they didn't want to get into that skirmish once more. 5 grubs is going to be the prize for Rogue. It will deny them one of the feats of strength, but Malrang's not too concerned about that, as the sieging power of Rogue is now a little bit stronger. I will say, nice early game. Seen a few of these objective starts from G2, and I think they're largely just testing Rogue. See, hey, I mean, if you don't come and check this, we're going to punish you for it.
Labrov's just going to flash for this. Zenith Blade, they know he's got Cleanse. Solar Flare just doesn't quite get the stun. Ignite is ticking on Patrick, but he'll survive. Nature's Grasp coming out from Malrang. The chase continues here with the TP coming in from Adam. They'll look behind Summer, able to dodge away from the route. Labrov was unable to. They need to be picking up wins. They're currently sitting at 1 and 5 as Larson is caught out with the Rupture. Doesn't have the flash. Very tanky. Season Desist coming out as well, but Larson now down to 300 HP, and he is nommed by Broken Blade.
You can see, though, Adam now starting to bully out Caps, and he's primed for a dive.
Nature's Grasp coming out once again. Caps does have the flash. TP comes in. Caps Spirit rushes past the Nature's Grasp, then back in. Malrang flashes for the Twisted Advance. Caps is shut down. Broken Blade looking for the Rupture. The flash away from Adam is just in time. The chase continues. Limiting
G2's options in the early game. We really haven't seen Skewmon and Caps work together at all in this early game. One of the big things.
Labrov's still looking to see if he can go for the engage. Meanwhile, the bot lane tower is going to fall. So it'll be a tower for a tower in the entirety of climb a little bit higher. I do want to, like, your point was great, Betty, but I keep watching as the Rupture lands onto Adam. Broken Blade looking for the chase here. It's very tanky. Heartsteel already completed. Looking for another Rupture. Malrang coming across as well, but Broken Blade will just back away.
See now how the matchup has shifted a little.
It's shifted just a tad. As Adam is unable to really put the damage down, but his poke later on will be pretty deadly. Lebrov now caught out.
Oh, nice.
Zenith Blade was nice from Lebrov. Execute kind of gave him a pathway to safety. Nature's Grasp coming out as well. Patrick looking for the chase. Hans Summer with a good block into Cleanse to save his support, who was definitely mispositioned.
Cap sets his sights on the top tier 1 as Skumon providing cover. Larssen in a bit of danger, has the flash available though.
Should just be able to walk away from this one. Caps, even with the Spirit Rush, would have had to close a very long gap in a very short period of time. Riftail now though from G2 as they accelerate the game. 500 gold ahead, looking to break this tier 2 in the top side as we see the rest of Rogue taking a dragon on the bottom side of the map. The tier 2 does fall. Looks like that Riftail is going to be rode towards mid lane. Can you do it, Skumon? You got your driver's license through the gap, round the corner, hit the apex. Now he turned in on me. He just turned in on Skumon. Can't believe it.
I don't understand that driving reference.
Oh no, you gotta look that up, man.
But
it's just not fair. Towards the top side here, Larssen waiting on that Mega Blast Cone. They'll try and get onto Skumon. They catch him out. Glacial Fisher going down as well. The flash forward, flash away, but they're looking for those concussive blows and they'll land them. Broken Blade can't do much to dissuade Rogue from just collapsing on Skumon. They'll get the kill. Now they'll turn that attention across towards the Cho. Shielded Durant for the stun, and that should be a very dead Cho'Gath. In the end, Broken Blade will fall to Larssen. The mid lane tier 2 will fall though, as G2 have a little bit of time with it, and Patrick can't keep them away.
Debatable who is the real winner.
Gold ahead of Larssen. TP behind. We talked about these flanking wards before. Patrick's already taken a bit of chunk. Skumon doesn't have the flash. Broken Blade looking for the Rupture here. Patrick has a flash of his own. He'll flash away. Twisted Advance from Malrang. They jump onto Execute as he's now in the middle of G2. Lebrov falls low. Hero's entrance. Execute's already dead. The charm just short. Perhaps a little bit too early from Caps as he wasn't able to catch Larssen as he landed. Caps still going in. Another charm comes out. Once again.
Because both were used. Caps came in underneath the tower, as we're going to look back in this replay.
There's a feast and a smite on one side and only a smite on the other. Now, of course, Maokai relatively good at securing objectives, but very hard to do against basically 2,500 true damage. Broken Blade on the front line. Rupture's going to land on 2. Solar Player follows up onto Execute, and he is down. Patrick locked up with the cease and desist, and the Rogue took too long over that neutral. Malrang now met by Caps. Is going to get charmed up. The Archon, though, G2's main objective after those 2 kills. Baron as well, a possibility, as they get that false life and have already forced Rogue away.
The biggest strength of Rogue in this game has been the synergy of Malrang and Adam, and we just haven't been able to see that in these fights. Rogue's coordination is just off, and it made it so easy for G2 to collapse onto the bot lane of Rogue and turn the fight in their favor. Now, with this Archon buff, they set their sights on the Baron, and it's going to be a tough battle for Rogue.
It's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel, though. Broken Blade on the front line, the immediate turn. Never mind. The fish have got Uzis. They shoot back. Lebrov takes the kill. Baron down to 6,000. Malrang trying to find a way in here. Does have a blast cone, but it looks like Rogue. And the blast cone's actually a little bit too far away from Malrang, I believe. Baron secured. Lebrov looked for the flash. Couldn't find it onto Adam. Rupture going wide as well. And G2 should count their lucky stars that no one fell down there to the poke from Adam. And will start to back away. First recall's coming out. Nature's Grasp used by Malrang as well. They'll land the root on 2. Lebrov is low, rooted up as well, but in the end, the Nature's Grasp not going to do enough.
Well, the interrupts at the very least should open up this mid-tier 1 tower for Patrick.
It bought them 4 whole seconds, Betty.
Certainly did.
Let's go.
There's a disconnection between what it is that Rogue wants to do, and it seemed like
Patrick doesn't have flash, Betty.
No, he doesn't.
And Hans Summer makes him pay for it. Hans gets his...
Fully in the driver's seat, set their sights on the inhibitor towers.
Rogue really need a win this week. If they go 0-3 again, they will be one of our 2 teams getting eliminated. Whether SK will join them, we have still yet to see. Broken Blade on the front line there. Malrang looking for that flank. Rupture coming down. Caps still on the wrong side of the wall, but he can just dash back, and with the way he's pushing in bot side, Caps goes in, executes. Well, he's executed by Caps there. Jumps across the wall. That Braum not looking tanky at all. G2 might have to think about backing away because their false lives have fallen off. Another charm goes in. Larssen pops the taunt to get that DR that Betty was talking about earlier. TP into the base here by Broken Blade. Caps down to a 3rd HP. Larssen has to just his punch away. Where's the peel is the question. Broken Blade going forward. Twisted Advance already onto that Cho'Gath. Rupture goes wide. There's only a cannon minion here, so Hansama can't get in range of the tower to really do too much damage. Another TP coming in as Caps will rejoin the party on full life. The inhibitor in the mid lane, the first target for G2. They're chipping away at it, but unable to quite get it down as of yet. They do still have the Baron buff in another 20 seconds. They'll take the inhibitor tower in the bot side. They have a double cannon minion wave here. Larson chunked out. Caps flashes forward once again, looking for the engage. Patrick had to cleanse, and Valkyrie away. The inhibitors will fall. 2 of them go down. G2 only 8 kills.
Engage, but when you have Braum Galio, it's very difficult to really follow up once the poke damage happens. He has 2,297
Okay, so
HP.
it does half of Patrick's health.
Give or take.
Nice enough.
Points.
Nice enough as G2 will push in the top side, and unless Rogue finds something truly special in this moment, it feels like a victory march. The charm goes down onto Larson. There's the solo player for the follow-up. He's dead, says Vedi. And I think G2 agree. The inhibitor will follow shortly after, as G2 now in a 4v5 can continue to advance. Patrick chunked out by a Mystic shot there from Hansama. No Baron on G2 right now, so
really
the minions
don't need it.
a little bit less tanky. Look, Vedi, I'm looking for the silver lining. I'm looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, but it seems like it's a train about to collide into Rogue right now. They go for the engage. Malrang's already dead pretty much. Adam locked up by Skumon. Malrang goes down. Adam has to dodge away from the Zenith Blade, but the Nexus towers have been wailed upon by G2. And Rogue will fall to 1 and 6. It was a good early game, but G2 through the mid-game showed why they are still a force to be reckoned with here in the LEC, and why that 6-3 record that Vedi talked about earlier won't be broken today. The hero's entrance from Larson, not the most apt name this game for him. Great victory from
Originally Draven One Tricks.
Exactly.
Kazi, Hansama, Flacket joins the ranks of those. Very proficient on the champion, one of his favorites, and it's going to be paired alongside the Rel. So a very aggressive bot lane 2 versus 2, which gives it
to be on the horizon. Big thing here.
Race to level 3 for Carlson.
Can you Pathfinder out of the concussive blows? Avoid that CC. Here it comes. There's the Pathfinder, still underneath the tower. Doesn't lock anyone up. Alvaro takes a couple of tower shots and the plate falls. Carlson, 1 minion short of level 3, is going to hit it as that minion dies. He dashes forward, flashes away from the Winter's Bite. Once again, it's Elioya tanking the tower. This time takes 2 shots. A perfect dive from MKOI for perhaps a first reset. Just wants to keep clearing this wave. TP in from Mirwin to dodge Stend, Flacket, and Sheo. He is underneath the tower. They can get him down here. Already down to half HP. Unbreakable input Alvaro. Jojo on the wrong side of Kamilu here. Jojo has to flash away. Kamilu has a flash of his own. Elioya looking to come in, but already Jojo is like a dodo dead. Kamilu is going to get chased down. Elioya lands the spear. Kamilu will fall. Doesn't burn his summoner though.
Flacket making his way over, and you can see those stacks really starting to mount. 131 on the Draven to stand. Face checks.
Jump away early here. Another auto attack is enough for the concussive blows. Sheo trying to come in from the side as well. Sheo will pick up the honey fruit in the middle of the fight. Sheo trying to block for his support right now. Super getting chased down by Flacket, who flashes across, and Super flashes into the grub pit. Now, Super, I don't think there's anywhere for you to go. Sheo takes the kill, dodges away from the Winter's Bite. Sten trying to come in to help his jungler, who'll flash the wall. Elioya dashes across though. Watch out, he pierced Kamilu! A double for Sheo. Elioya down to 200 HP. Stend, he's a wind's breath away from dying. Gets into the bush, dodges away from the spear, dashes back in. Jojo takes him.
And somehow at the end of all that, it's Koi that get the grubs?
I mean, Elioya might die to the grubs.
Oh!
Swell seed! It's wide. Jojo now shows towards the top side. He's got to catch the wave. Smite out from Elioya. Doesn't have another smite, so Sheo will be able to get one grub of the 3.
Back.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I mean, remember that fight...
In an okay position in this early game. Gold leads for Carlson and Sheo, who's 2-0. Currently on this Lilia. Flacket caught out with the concussive blows. Doesn't have cleanse, only has the barrier. Whirling Death comes out, and he manages to get a kill on the clapback. But Sheo has fallen behind a little bit in terms of CS. He's been playing around with his team quite a lot, but Lilia at this point farms like an absolute storm.
Fishes for a spear, but will not find one. And fortunately for Koi, getting the flash out from Sheo will give them advantage. Oh, they turn their attention onto Elioya.
Elioya has to flash, then pounce over the wall.
I like the aggression there from Stend. He doesn't have level 6 yet, but neither does Alvaro. It's a very awkward situation for both sides to be in. Super making his way across, but his mana is relatively low. Kamilu really wants to go and catch that top wave, so the numbers advantage in favor of Koi.
I don't mind this from Heretics, right? Go in, brute force one, and then accept the fact you're not going to have the mites, right? Like, you make sure that MKOI aren't stacking up towards those neutral feats of strength. Yes, they get 4, they will have mites, but they haven't had a lot of time with your towers, and 1 mite is nowhere near as powerful as having these full 6.
I mean, actually, it wasn't that close. It was the season finals where they ended up making the impressive run, right?
Yeah.
But all you need is that opportunity, and that's what these teams are looking for. Is the blue buff becomes the focus now for Heretics. Stolen away. Dragon up in 50 seconds as well. Camilo likely going to go back to bot lane. Super trying to get what poke he can onto this bot lane. Oh, he goes in.
They're super dashing forward there. Alvaro on the front line. Glacial Fisher going out. Loading Lullaby is going to put Alvaro to sleep. Elioya still putting the spears towards Heretics. Jojo TP'd in. Camilo is already in the middle of the fray. Sten goes in onto Super, who cleanses, who flashes, but Flackhead follows. Flackhead picks up his enemy AD carry. TP coming in from the Kasante and Camilo back in. So maybe they want a little bit more of the action.
They're too late, though. They're way too late. Good poke comes out from Koi to
Can they fight afterwards?
I don't think Koi should. Like, ideally, what's coming out from Mirwin, he's lost his flash, and now a dive is on the horizon.
I think Camilo's about to be flushed, Freddy. Winter's Bite goes wide, the Rift Tower tanks it up, Camilo goes in with the Valkyrie. Elioya is tanking here, Sten's looking for him, can't quite connect. Now Sten's in the midst of MKOI. Whirling Death will come out, Mirwin locked up against the wall, tried to get in to the Rift Tower, but it died as he made Drake we fought over 3 minutes ago, Betty.
Yes, I do.
Well, it's still there if we want to go for it. Flackhead has to get away from Jojo, who flashes forward. Flackhead pops the barrier, great knockback onto Sten. Flackhead tries to turn it back around, but Jojo puts him in the ground. Camilo still diving forward, looking for the missiles. Public execution down towards the bottom side in Sheo. All that gold is all for naught as Sheo falls as well. Super will have the arcane shift up in a second. Stend on the wrong side of the wall. Camilo and Castle now need to retreat. Super dashes in. The phosphorus bomb is not met with a missile.
Jojo that flashes onto Flackhead. The rest of his team is quick to follow up on that aggression. And I think that's one of the biggest strengths of this roster. They are unafraid and they are for one.
Felt a little bit like Heretics skipping steps, right? Flackhead's playing for mid prior. You're already starting up the Drake with the Lilia and the Kasante. You don't actually have control around the mid lane, and Carlson doesn't have control in the bot side as he was around his tower as it fell. Goes all out, looking for the damage onto Alvaro, but he's going to get stunned up even with the Q3. Carlson will die for the second time this game. And MKOI so willing to pounce on these small mistakes from Heretics. Are now looking for a tier 2 on the bottom lane. Jojo was slowed up. Loading Lullaby is going to come out. He's been put to sleep, and without a flash and without any way to escape, I think Flackhead's going to be gifted this kill. He gets the shutdown. If he is on top of someone, can his team follow up? We'll see if he looks for an engage in a second. Things like this are great. The Swell Seed into the engage. Jojo's already slowed up. He wasn't in the right form either, and that's exactly how Heretics...
In the face of Heretics and looking to challenge them for control over the river. Mirwin, he goes in.
Carlson looking for something here.
Look at Stend.
So you see him, Stend. Sten's getting onto the flank. Shadowing Strike crashes down as well, but Alvaro stands beside his teammates and keeps Stend at bay. Alvaro now with the Unbreakable, able to survive at half HP, and Topher's missing Mirwin. And Carlson dived in and couldn't find a connection.
Forcing the objective. It's now Heretics' job to walk into a 4 versus 5 fight.
Mirwin has the flank as well. No public execution for him. Camilo on that front line. Sheo has that Lilting Lullaby. Camilo already down to a third, and Mirwin immediately dives in to try and take out the enemy mid. He jumps onto Stend instead. True Shot Barrage will find its mark onto Stend. The Artican secured for MKOI. They almost pay for it with Elioya's life, but they secure it. Team up with his compatriots down towards the bottom side. Flackhead with a good sidestep there from the Winter's Bite and the Mystic Shot. Camilo trading with Jojo, but Jojo has a false life, Camilo. He doesn't even need a third of his burst health bar to take you out.
Bit of revenge there for Jojo after what happened in the mid lane. Numbers advantage. No TP available for Jojo, but he can just start pushing in that top side. Looks like he's going to move into the enemy jungle. No wave really to play with. Maybe he's going to look to push out mid. Just a bit of a standstill right now between the two teams. Dragon is available, but KOI right now have no interest in it.
I really like the positioning from KOI generally, though, because what they're managing to do is split the fight, and Stend always has to think, if I engage on Elioya and Alvaro towards the top side, Mirwin and Super are free on the bottom side of the fight to engage on towards my backline. If I engage towards Mirwin, well, then Elioya and Alvaro can just put damage down across the wall. It's really nice positioning to make it difficult for Heretics to actually find avenues to engage the fight. Carlson, Concussive Blows is going to proc on him, but he's still Kasante. Glacial Fisher going down as well. Stend still looking for the engage, but once again, there's two pincers that he has has to deal with. Blackhead caught out by Mirwin. Stand aside. Will stop Mirwin getting the kill. Jojo going in for a little bit more. Still has that false life. And Lyoya dashing in now, down to a 3rd HP. Survives through the missile barrage coming out from Kamilu. Jojo will withdraw. A tier 2 now in the bot side. MKOI's prize.
Top pushed in their favor. Baron is available. Dragon has been a very low priority. Super ease in, gets punished for it. Lyoya sitting in a bush that is warded as the Dragon ends up going down. And basically this is just a game of poke. Can the poke even land? There's a little bit more that gets thrown onto Kamilu. His mana relatively low as well. Flank comes in.
This is gorgeous. He is spotted on vision as he comes around the wall. Show looking for the swell seeds as well. Mirwin is below Kamilu right now. Sten jumps over the wall, doesn't find a connection. The public execution though jumps onto Carlson. Kamilu trying to escape, but still doesn't have his flash up. Carlson down as well. And Heretics.
They set their sights on the Baron. This is Heretics' last chance.
Show trying to get into the pit here. It's down to 5,000. Show caught up with the concussive blows, yet to be stunned. Still 3 procs needed on it. Walking around, all that extra movement speed from the Lilia, passive from the Gustwalker hatching, but he just can't get in towards the pit. Mirwin's done a great job.
They realize the situation is dire. It's a difficult engage to find. The poke is continuing to come through from the sides.
I know I keep talking about how hard it is for Sten to find engages in this situation, but it's because MKOI are playing the fight so well. Like, Super is down towards the bottom side of it. Mirwin is flanking behind. Lyoya is looking for the side position. Mirwin is caught out here with the Loathing Lullaby. Goes back in with public execution. Just to avoid the CC, it seems, as Carlson will shut him down. Super now has to jump away with the Arcane Shift. Stan looking for the Shadowing Strike will get the stun, but Blackhead now raining into this wall. Alvaro with the Unbreakable, and then Lyoya with the kill. Alvaro flashing away. Carlson going forward, and Lyoya's going to fall as well. And just as I praise MKOI for their team fighting, they get caught out a little bit. They lose 2, they're top in their jungle, and they only get Sten in response.
It showcases the fragility of this composition.
They're just going to go. They're just going to look for him. He dashes away with the Valkyrie. Now Alvaro, you step too far forward. Jojo's there as well. Okay. Maybe if the Winter's Bite hits, you can...
A composition like this, and Heretics finally find an opportunity to pounce themselves. They get 4 kills, and I will say, if we get...
have a wave in the top side to continue to push forward with.
Heretics in a very awkward spot right now, and it's so hard to get back. Lyoya lands the spear onto Flackhead. The inhibitors, Kamilu, I mean...
It's given, right?
They can do. They have no vision. It's far too hard to approach this composition blind. They use the blue trinket, but...
From Sten and Carlson enough to eat through that damage. Sten now has a locket. It's down to half HP. Kamilu gaining mid lane prio. Carlson jumped on. Concussive blows 1 auto away from being procced onto him. Break up in a minute 30. MKOI. It's battle lines drawn, public execution onto Blackhead as he tries to escape. Has already popped the barrier. Meanwhile, Loathing Lullaby on Jojo, but Alvaro is going to block him. Sten goes in onto Super. He cleanses and dashes across the wall. Now Mirwin's on the back line. Sten diving in. Super dashes in, but Blackhead will be able to secure him. Lyoya's going to get him in response. Camilo now up towards the top side, trying to take down Jojo, and will manage to do so. And Lyoya trying to escape as Sheo has buried the cat 6 feet under. Kamilu still chasing forward here as the fight has come out on Heretics' terms.
It certainly has, Medic. Heretics, after holding the line, after weathering the harassment of poke that was coming out from Koi, are able to play the fight well. They're able to find 3 kills, and those are some long death timers, so they can turn their attention to the Baron.
Look to try and chip through that tier 2 in the mid lane as well. The Baron, their first target, will even out the gold between the 2 teams. Flackhead up in 20 seconds would be a long time to wait to make sure that he gets the buff as well.
The fight happened on multiple fronts, and where my focus was on was between the AD carries. Flackhead flashing after Super, looking to try and kill him as quickly as possible, and then Lyoya getting the kill onto him. But I noticed that at the end of that fight, Cher was largely untouched, and I have to come back to the question of...
Betty trying to get behind them, Sten down to half HP, the Dragon now spawning into the pit. As we said, would be Infernal Soul for MKOI, and Infernal with this poke would be absolutely devastating. Spears rain down, Sten dashes out, Mirwin still looking for that flank. Super eats an axe, and that's 1/3 of his HP already gone.
Look at the poke, Medic, it is just ruthless.
Carlson trying to get back in, True Shot Barrage goes through him and through Flackhead. Sten still looking for that flank position, Lyoya still on the Drake, it's 9,000 HP on it. Lilting Lullaby on Jojo. Also connects on Alvaro, he puts down the Glacial Fisher. Mirwin still trying to get him, but Kamilu's keeping him at bay. The Drake's still aggro, but it's still only at 9,000 HP. Sten's so low at the moment. Super gonna have to run. The Whirling Death is trying to chase him down. Public execution onto Kamilu. Mirwin will go into the pit. Kamilu is in fact the one who goes in. Sten in there, in the middle of the pit. It's secured by Heretics, and now the fight really begins. Alvaro and Jojo have to run because Sheo is on the chase, and that deer goes fast. Watch out, Eep! It's Sheo, and he's here to party. 2 more to Heretics. They get the Drake as well. A TP to the bot lane as Heretics, they're going to look to break open the base.
They might just look to end the game. They still have 4 members alive. They're able to dance around such a dangerous fight. And just like that, a single misstep from Koi, sieging onto Heretics' base, may well have cost them the game.
Kamilu down for Mirwin, though. The wave not cleared out. How long we got? 20 seconds, 16 on Elioya.
Blackhead's
It
still alive.
should be enough. Blackhead has 4 items, and his Draven comes to the fore. What a hard-fought game from Heretics, as they will knock SK out of playoffs and take that step.
So far this split, we saw Mirwin to great effect with the champion in the previous game, and it's going to be the final lock-in. I was expecting a little bit more poke, but KC really want to try now. The state of the game is great for Vitality. Kalist is pretty much a full level behind Kazi. Of course, there is a wave for him to catch, but the pressure is... Oh, level 6s have come through as well.
Kalist has no flash, nor does Targamas. Glacial Fisher going out, Chain of Corruption as well, and Kalist is done for. Hilly tanking up the tower, now Linsus takes it. And Vitality with a well-executed dive down.
A little bit was due to how the early lane phase went. Let's charge it.
Unable to get away from the Glacial Prison, and yeah, Karmine Corp were ready to collapse.
And it's Casey's time to return the favor.
Yep.
They set their sights on GiantX, and he was not given an opportunity to move. Nice punish there. Didn't even get a chance to flash. The chain CC was lethal.
TP coming to the top side here as well. Hilly and Kazi, well, Kazi has the flash. Hilly's going to land the Winter's Bite. Shadowing Strike going down with the crash down as well. Hilly looking to dash to Kazi here. We'll get the Guardian too. Linsa's coming in. Hillis sang the Permafrost. Targamas locked up underneath the tower, and here comes the Cyclone. Kalist already dead. Targamas there with the Shadowing Strike as well, but Yike has been stunned up with the staggering blows. Yike down to 100 HP. Target dead as well. So's Yike. Vladdy now propped with the stun. Oh, it's disaster for KC.
Typically, you'd use it to get priority in the mid lane, but Vitality, they just want to keep playing around their duo, and they've set their sights on that top tier 1, sorry. And Vladdy, with his wave close, making it a lot harder for them to dive. Ooh, nice interrupt.
Cyclone on the crash down. Targamas will still flash across the wall. Cyclone for the movement speed, and Hilly lands the stun. Hilly on fire on this Braum. 0-0-6 has been involved in every single one of his team's kills.
I mean, Hilly having a good split overall. He did have that one game where he died a bunch.
He's had a few games where it's been a bit chaotic.
But aside, can't afford to overstep. They need a lot more information. He should spot out Yike soon.
TP behind.
Of,
Vladdy looking for the flank here. They're jumping in onto Nako. Targamas low, though. Public Execution coming out. Vitality going to be outnumbered in just a second, and Nako's already fallen. Yike and Targamas are low. Vitality able to, and Kazi can just spend some time on this turret. If they've been focusing just the tower, I mean, they're still going to take it, even with Kalist trying to be defensive.
It's one of those things where, like...
Look down towards the bottom side. Drake up in 2 minutes. As Karmine Corp's saving grace right now, you would say, is the fact they picked up the first 2. Now very much standing back, accepting waves. Only really Kana has the ability to push in his lane. Kana's looking for Kazi. Hilly caught out as well by Yike. Kazi, Chain of Corruption goes right. Hilly's on the wrong side of the wall there. Targamas going in with Magnet Sword. Public Execution now onto Kazi. No flash. Cleanse does nothing for him here. They jump onto Kana. Lince is able to pick up that kill with Nako. Bait's cool. Hilly still chasing forward. He has bought so much space, but at what cost? In the end, it's his life. GiantX stepping in as well. Vladdy will take him. Nako has to flash the wall, and Vladdy's there to chase with a flash of his own. It's full.
A little too late. But they're back in the fight. Linsus looking to try and steal.
Crash down for Targamas will hold Linsus in place for a second. 200 HP on it. Linsus unable to secure the smite. It does go over to Karmine Corp. Tempo as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely looks like that. I mean, now we're in an interesting state. Because KC find themselves at Soul Point. Of course, Vitality investing so much on the top side of the map to secure that first tower.
Chain of Corruption. Yike dodges away from it. Gravity Well coming down as well. I agree with you, Veddy. It's a very interesting state. And right now, Hilly. Oh, no!
Hilly!
Well, Hilly's turned to gas, and that's the state you don't want to be in, even if you're playing Braum. 0-2-8. While Kana pushes in the top side, he finishes that item already 360 on the tier. He'll take a tier 1 in the bottom side to almost even it out. 3-2 towers in favor of Vitality. Karmine Corp playing well around Vision. Have wards into the Vitality jungle. They're TPing behind Linces here as well, but the mid lane tower still stands, so Vitality should just be able to back away to it. Ooh. A root immediately with the Chain of Corruption. Karna locked up, Repudiation for a bit of a shield. The Glacial Fisher coming across as well, but Vitality only have 3 members here right now, and Karmine Corp have 5. Yike able to dash away. Linces goes in with the Cyclone, dodges the Shadowing Strike as well, and now Vladdy is on the wrong side of the rift. Now Nako looking to chase on.
Angle back in.
He's been the king of smites so far in winter.
Certainly has.
Tries to get in, he gets close, he can't get close enough. Shut down by Kazi, no smite available to him. Voracious Atakan secured by Vitality, and their lead regained for the moment.
Kazi has been massive for this team. Nako going to face check.
Straight into a Shadowing Strike. Kalist and Targum is trying to kill him off. Hylissang jumping in with the Unbreakable. They just want to get that false life out. The Magnet Storm coming out as well. Nako and Hylissang, the heal used to try and get them away. Now they turn back onto Kalist, but Kalist and Targumus will take 2 false lives away. They take the
Vladdy, but then he misses the Q onto Vladdy, so no follow-up coming through from there. Yike, again, as you highlighted, has gotten a lot of great smite steals this split.
Not going to get one hit.
Going to act as Sentinel there, deny that entry. GiantX
trailing onto Vladdy, does still have that false life. Shot blast from Nako. Vladdy has to flash. Glacial Prison going wide. Really looking for that Winter Spite as well. Karmine Corp did a good job of making sure that Vitality...
Enough pressure onto KC to say, come on, get involved. Oh!
So Lince has been doing this quite a lot. Targumus engages though. GiantX has to flash away. Glacial Prison hits. Lince has already killed off Targumus though, and now Yike is next on the menu. Kazi takes him out. You could see what Karmine Corp were looking for, but they couldn't quite find it. Hilly's about to join from the mid lane. Catches Karna.
That was a 3 versus 4, and Vitality still made it happen.
Karna's still very healthy here. Kazi's going to have to turn his attentions across towards him. Hilly going for Vladdy now, who doesn't have the flash. The concussive blows will land on him, but Vladdy takes down Hilly. Nako down to Kalist. 3 Barons remain for Vitality. The low ground
blunder there from KC is now with the Baron. Vitality, a largely clean game from them, outside of the blunder that happened around.
So, Vitality can start to step forward. Yike has been so good at smiting, and you have the Rend as well. Look at how low the Drake is already. Chain of Corruption, Glacial Prison going out, and there is the soul secured. Kazi locked up in the pit. He was on the front line, and now Vitality needs to get the hell out. They'll lose 2. Their bot lane dead. The Drake... Nor do I, Betty. 30 minutes in, Karmine Corp have been speedrunning some of their games in the LEC. This one looks like it's going to take a little bit longer, but they will crack the tier 2 in the bot side, the tier 1 in the mid lane. They'll go ahead in turrets for the first time this game, and zone that pincer movement from Karna and Yike. Just if anyone oversteps.
Feel the tension. Who's going to find the engage? Kazi is on the front.
Targumus, oh, Glacial Fisher stops in the Magnet Storm going in as well. The Cyclone from Linces is perfect. Kazi and GiantX untouched, but Nako already down. Yike has to flash away. Kalist and Targumus have the opportunity to open up an Linces. The stun onto Karna towards the top side, unbreakable from Hylissang. Vladdy and Targumus dive onto Kazi. Kazi has to pop the cleanse, but Yike is there as well to follow up. Kalist gets 1. Vladdy gets a second. Nako already dead.
A scary follow-up fight from Vitality. I thought the Kazi was going to clean up. And now the Elder as well.
Perfect timing for Karmine Corp. Baron straight into the Elder play. Targumus just going to keep Linces at bay. Keeps him as far away as possible. Linces jumps in. There was 1 HP, but now the Elder secured. And you have to feel Karmine Corp have the opportunity to really open up the shutdown over to GiantX. They'll get a second, but Vladdy rains lasers.
Fights. Their positioning, their target focus, their awareness, and just their individual mechanics are often how they outplay.
An absolute storm over split.
He certainly is.
This guy has been on fine form. Last week he had that 10-1, 10-2 Victor performance. 40 seconds before the Baron and the Elder wear off. Karmine Corp trying to take it all from Vitality in that time. Inhibitor in the mid lane will fall. 30 seconds now remain. Vitality have to back away, and Vladdy is Valkyrieing forward. He's looking for more. The wave in the bot lane still a little bit of a way away. Karmine Corp might just look to close it out here. Glacial Prison hits, and down goes GiantX. Karna with the shutdown. Linces with the Cyclone just trying to buy himself a little bit more time. Targumus is going to kill Kazi underneath the towers. Linces next up. Targum won't even fall. Karmine Corp once again looking for the clean ace. Vitality unable to do anything. Vladdy dives in, and Hilly dies. Karmine Corp with the comeback of the split to take down Vitality.
Impressive resilience from KC, and just great individual play. You highlighted him, Vladdy, with a scoreline of 9, 2, and 10. 19 of the team's 21 kills. He stepped up
Yep.
when Kallista's put so far behind. And I mean, that's what you want to